Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Beyond Light Season of the Lost intel. And today, once again, is Friday, so we have our Friday weekly update. XUR has returned, as well as Trials of Osiris. So I'm going to give you the rundown on those two things, as well as all the other farms, glitches, and cheeses, as always, that you can take advantage of heading into the weekend. Hopefully everybody had a really nice holiday yesterday, if Thanksgiving is your thing. If not, hopefully you just had a nice day. XUR today can be found in the Watcher's Grave on Nessus in the Big Tree. And he is selling our exotic Ingram, of course. We have the Merciless Fusion Rifle. We have the Sealed Ahamkara's Grasps for the Hunter class with a 64 total roll. That's a really high roll. 19 Recovery, 16 Discipline, 11 Resilience. We have the Stronghold Gauntlets for the Titan class with a 65 total roll and 27 Resilience, 26 Intellect on this. This is ridiculous. Really nutty distribution there. I think these are definitely worth picking up. And then we have the Lunafaction Boots for the Warlock class with a 60 total roll, 23 Recovery, 16 Intellect. Overall, not a bad cache of XUR loot as far as exotics go, I would say. The Stronghold Gauntlets are a real standout. You get a bonus to guarding with swords with these. They used to be really strong. I don't know how they play today. I don't know how the meta is as regards to these particular gauntlets, but I wouldn't pass them up just because that's such a nutty distribution. When do you see 27 resilience or 26 intellect on anything? Of course, on the second page, we have our exotic cipher quest. You can use the exotic ciphers to pick up exotics from the tower kiosk, so I always suggest doing these. If you already have an exotic cipher, you will not be able to pick one up. So if this is grayed out for you, that's why. Keep that in mind. As far as legendary loot goes, and remember that there is a double chance every week now to get the legendary loot with different rolls. Every Tuesday at reset, you can use the bugged XUR glitch. Essentially, all you have to do is be in an instance where XUR is. So for this coming Tuesday, be in the Watcher's Grave next to XUR at the time of reset. XUR's loot will update. The exotics will no longer be here. We won't get new exotics until that next Friday, but all the legendary loot for that coming Friday will be updated, as well as the rolls for that loot. So remember that the Friday rolled loot will be different than the Tuesday rolled loot. So even if you see the same weapons, the rolls on them will be different. For example, this past Tuesday, we had a True Prophecy with explosive payload, and I can't remember the second roll, but it was better than this one. So same loot, different rolls as far as legendaries go. Today we have a True Prophecy with Demolitionist, and Field Prep. We have a Last Perdition with Firmly Planted and Zen Moment. We have a Arsenic Bite 4B with Dragonfly and Sneak Bow. I don't know what Sneak Bow does. Increases hold time and reload speed and prevents radar pings from shooting while crouched. That's interesting. Dragonfly is always something I think is really great on bows, especially with the way that the current Overload and Unstoppable and Barrier champion mods are allocated. Bows really came in handy as far as I'm concerned this season, so Dragonfly is a good thing to have on bows. I'm sure there's a better secondary perk, but overall pretty good. We have the First In, Last Out shotgun. This is a precision frame shotgun. Used to be something you used a lot in Deepstone Crypt, especially for the final boss. This has slide shot on it and opening shot. Not bad. This kind of seems more like a PvP roll, but overall these 70 round per minute shotguns are pretty good, the precision frame shotguns. We have the Hollow Worlds fusion rifle with Under Pressure and Surrounded. We have the steel, I can't remember what the name that is, Cybil Z14. Nobody really cares though. Sword with Assassin's Blade and Tireless Blade. And then we have the third Axiom with Surplus and Unrelenting. The roll on this past Tuesday was actually quite a bit better, really PvP focused roll. So unfortunate that that one changed so drastically. Unrelenting's not the worst. Surplus is also pretty good. I mean, this isn't a bad roll, but defeating targets, Unrelenting, rapidly defeating targets, triggers health regeneration. Guardians and powerful combatants count as more than one kill, and Surplus increases handling, reload speed, and stability for each fully charged ability. So these aren't bad. We also have armor-piercing rounds on that with Hammerforge. Actually, this is pretty good still. I think the roll for Tuesday was a little bit better, but this is still pretty good. As far as armor rolls go, this is for the Warlock. We have 64 on the gauntlets. That's also really good. We have a 58 for the chest armor. We have 61 for the helmet, and we have a 60 for the leg armor. So standouts this week, I would say maybe check out the third Axiom. It's not bad. The Arsenic Bite is also pretty good. The first in, last out might not be that bad for PvP if you don't have one. And definitely pick up the Stronghold Gauntlets, even though I don't really know how they function in the meta. The Merciless, I haven't used that much. Non-lethal hits lessen charge time, and it has the non-lethal hit. I'm trying to remember what the name of the impetus. Reloading immediately after a kill increases weapons damage for a short time. I don't really know how this plays, honestly. It certainly is a cool looking exotic though. If you don't have it, always good to pick them up. And that's it for XUR today. So moving on, of course, like I said, we have Trials of Osiris has returned this week. The adept weapon is the Eye of Soul, and I'm not totally sure actually of the what the map is. I'm going to drop in at the end of the video to check that out. I'm going to head over to the tower really quick just to pick up my Trials passage, and on the way there, let's just cover all the other things that you can still do. Of course, we are getting close to the end of the season, so if you're not doing the Harbinger that often, or if you've never done it, you want a Hawkmoon. I think the Hawkmoons will be available in the tower kiosk after the season, but the Radiant Exhibitor, which is the exotic ship that you get from the Harbinger and the corresponding quest, won't be. So definitely do that, and there is an interesting glitch that you can do to get more feathers every week. Check out one of my last videos for more tips on that. Head over to Saint 14 really quick. Pick up that Trials passage. And remember, XUR is also going to be changing a lot next season. There's going to be new locations, I believe. There's also going to be a dungeon where he can be found. There's some speculation that that's going to be how you get the new Galahorn. So, some interesting things coming up in the next season. As far as other glitches, remember that you can still glitch into... Oh, excuse me, I'm on the wrong place. Can still glitch into the Last Wish raid. You can get raid loot this way from the secret chests, But you can also go and solo the Kali encounter and get some Spoils of Conquest, which you can then use to buy exotics from the tower and or at the end of any raid. You get 3 per week per character, so if you're a solo player, this is a really good option because it's super easy to solo the Kali by glitching in. Plenty of videos on my channel talking about that, so I think there'll be one linked top right corner. Go check that out. If you're looking to farm out the 4th Mark exotic ship, which is the one I currently have equipped, definitely one of the best looking ships in the game in my humble opinion. Remember that you don't have to actually complete the lure that you need to actually access this particular mission. You can load up the lure, and then once you're in the mission, actually reset it, and you can repeat the process over and over again, so you can do as many runs as you want to acquire the 4th Mark exotic ship. You don't have to be limited to 3 tries per week. That's 1 per character. You can do it as many times as you want on 1 character. You can also, of course, still glitch into the Vault of Glass and get more Spoils of Conquest. You can get 5 per week per character on the... If you're only willing to do the first secret chest, you can go to the next chests if you're a little bit better at sparrow flying, and you can get even more. Potential for 45 per week if you are able to do some of those sparrow flying things. But if you're limited to just the first one, it's an extra 15 per week, as you can do it on all 3 characters. You can still do that. Has not been patched. And then this week we had the Lake of Shadows strike for the Grandmaster Nightfall. This is a great week to farm out things like Ascendant Shards, as well as we have the Hothead legendary rocket launcher, which is really good, and the Hung Jury legendary scout rifle, which is also super great at the moment. You can glitch out of the map in this particular strike and bypass a whole section. You can look to my last video for more tips on that. There's also ways to handle the blight section as well as the boss. So if you're looking to farm out a Grandmaster or even a Master this week, I would definitely suggest it, and there's some good tips in there to help you do it even faster. Remember, if you do the Platinum version of that strike, which is, like I said, the Lake of Shadows, you will be guaranteed either Hothead rocket launcher or an adept version of the Hung Jury. Guaranteed adepts and platinum completion. If you're looking to farm out some legendary lost sectors, we have the K1 Communion on the Moon, as well as the K1 Crew Quarters. Remember, you never need to actually do the 1350, even if you're looking for exotic head armor, helmets in this case. I don't know why they say exotic head armor, that just sounds weird. Exotic helmets. You never need to actually do the 1350, even if that's the reward that you want for that day. You can always do the 1320. Just make sure that you have a full inventory of engrams. Make sure all of these are full. Whatever you get from the final chest will be sent to your postmaster, and will siphon from the entire legendary lost sector loot pool. So exotic helmets are being sold, or are being rewarded that day from the 1350 rather than the 1320, or gauntlets or whatever else you want. You will be able to get those by doing the lower level legendary lost sector. Also remember that if you're looking for any loot from the Prismatic Recaster, to make sure when you actually turn in an Umbral Engram to wait until the loot disappears from your screen after it's awarded to you if you're looking for a different weapon. Because if you turn in another Umbral while the loot is still on your screen, you will get that exact same piece of loot. You can exploit this 2 ways. If it's something you don't want, wait until it leaves your screen and you'll probably get something else, most likely. If it is something you want, you can then just sort of rapid fire Umbral Engrams at the Prismatic Recaster to get different rolls on that same piece of either weapon or gear. So if you want something, you can just rapid fire. If you don't want something, wait until it leaves the screen. That's the actual symbol or icon that appears on your screen when you turn in an Umbral engram. You can also, double stat loot perks by having any one of these mods equipped to your ghost. A lot of people forget about these, but that'll increase the stat on any piece of gear that you are turning in from either the Prismatic Recaster or any exotic drops. So you can use it in the exotic Legendary Lost Sector glitch that I just previously mentioned. We're now going to drop into a game of Trials really quick and see what the map is. And while we're waiting for that to load, I just want to thank everybody so much for watching and subscribing to the YouTube channel if you have already. If you haven't, please remember to for more Destiny 2 content. Liking, commenting, and subscribing, turning on the bell notification enters you into any future giveaways on this YouTube channel. The next one will be at 55,000 subscribers. We're doing a Witch Queen Deluxe Seasonal Pass giveaway, so hopefully we reach 55,000 by the time that launches. We just passed 53,000, so we're pretty close, but hopefully we get there, like I said, before the next expansion launches so that nobody misses out on any of the new content. You can also follow me on Instagram or Twitter for an extra entry into any future giveaways. Or if you've made it this far in the video, you can leave a hashtag XUR or a hashtag Season of the Lost or a hashtag Spaghetti Face. I always forget to do Spaghetti Face. Or a hashtag Beyond Light in the comment section down below. Or any interesting comment I'll take for this particular video. I'll give you another entry into that giveaway for this video. Remember, those stack between all videos, so if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel and you're new to the channel, you can always go back and do it again. And today it looks like we are in the Twilight Gap. Interesting. I don't know when the last time we were actually here, but I always did enjoy this map in D1. I don't know how it plays in Trials in D2, but lots of sniping lanes, a lot of in and out as far as sort of close quarters stuff. There's multi-levels. I would say if you're more of a close quarters person, maybe stay towards the middle of the map, as there's a couple of places where you can kind of, as I said, sort of duck in and out down in this area. See if I can get a kill here. Oh, did we win one? Looks like they went 2 down, or 1 down. But thank you all so much for watching. As always, I am Wilhelm Scream, and of course, we will see you next time. Little